This is David Talbot. I'm CTO at WorkMovr, and we use AWS a lot as a complement to Caspio. And let me go through the four areas that are most popular here. First of all, we always say that one of the hidden gems of Caspio is its interconnectivity using Caspio REST APIs. But when we use REST APIs to external service providers such as Stripe or OnFleet or Epic or international currency rates or things like that, we don't want to expose the credentials in the client side. And so we send a message to AWS, who acts as a server, and then AWS actually has the credentials and executes the API to the external service provider. And that gives us an extra layer of security. The second place we use this is with asynchronous processes. Now, we love Caspio scheduled tasks, but scheduled tasks have a bit of a limitation in you cannot execute a program from a scheduled task. So, for example, a good example is we have several clients who do have external telephone systems or email marketing systems or whatever. And so once a day, we might run a program in AWS that goes out to the telephone company, gets all the telephone call records from yesterday and puts them into AWS, and then AWS program sends a message to Caspio to initiate a data hub import, and then Caspio Data Hub imports the records from AWS into Caspio. And so that does that on an automated, unattended daily process. The third area is with documents, mainly videos and PDFs. Certainly, we can store videos and PDFs quite well in Caspio, but they're sometimes a little bit easier to manipulate if they're in AWS. So, for example, with PDFs, we very often need to merge several PDFs together. For instance, all the insurance documents for a whole insurance policy. We don't want to send the policy holder like 6 different PDFs. We want to merge them all into one. Or with perhaps some videos, we might want to send some clips of videos or outtakes, or we may want to bill people for the amount of time they're watching the video. It's a little bit easier to do in AWS. So that's the third way to do it that we use. And finally, we sometimes use AWS for processing or pre-processing of big files. Often we will get a huge file from some external source, and we only need to have a subset in Caspio. So rather than put the whole file in Caspio and then do the processing there, we'll do pre-processing in AWS and then only import the relevant smaller number of record subset into Caspio. So we use AWS a lot, and as always, we're very happy to chat about AWS and share AWS code with Caspio end users. So thank you very much.